Hey everyone, welcome back to the Now and Then Some podcast with Robin and Kaley. I'm your host, Robin.
And I'm your other host, Kaley.
And here we talk about everything from now and then.
And then some.
That's right. Well, what are we talking about this week, Kales?
I had a couple things that I wanted to talk about before we get into the segments.
Hit me.
Well, the first one is my 30th birthday is coming up.
Kaley's birthday.
So when this episode comes out, it will be my birthday week.
Mm-hmm.
And then the following episode will come out and I will be 30 at that point.
You will be the big 30. Welcome, my dear.
Oh, no.
Well, you got some fun things planned.
I do.
We do.
We
are going to see
Chicks in the Office.
Yes. So Kaley and I are obsessed with this podcast called Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran.
We love them. Have listened to every episode.
Yep.
Tune in every week for multiple episodes a week.
Mm-hmm. We've actually seen them live before. We went last May to see them in Dallas.
And we met them. We did the VIP meet and greet, hung out with their producer Noah for a while before the show.
We love you, Noah.
Yeah, we love you. Bought him a shot.
Yeah.
And then got to meet the chicks, Rhea and Fran, too. So
and that's what Kaley's rocking the hat.
I am with the little lightning bolts.
We have a lot of Chicks merch. I have 2 hats that you've given me.
Yeah.
We have pajamas. I have a sweatshirt.
I got you a t-shirt, too. The green one.
Yeah. The green one.
Uh-huh.
Shoot, where is that?
I don't know.
I should have worn that.
I don't know.
And then we have the Dozen shirt because Fran is on a trivia team for the Dozen trivia tournament or competition.
Mm-hmm.
So we are so excited to go see them again and meet them again.
Yes, so we're going to see them for my birthday.
Yep.
I'm saying it's for my birthday.
It's 2 days before your birthday.
Even if we weren't, like, we would be going to see them no matter what. Yeah. It just happened to be my birthday week, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's great. So we always say that Kaley's more like Fran and I'm more like Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
So at one point I got you something that said, the Rhea to my Fran.
The Fran to my
The Fran to my Rhea.
Yes.
In retrospect, you are warm all the time and I got you a sweatshirt.
Yeah, it's hard for me. I swear I run like a few degrees hotter than everyone else.
Yeah.
Like I'm never cold.
But it's the thought that counts.
Yes, it is. Love it. So the birthday week, which we can talk more about on the next episode because I'll be 30, which is, can give you all a recap of my 30th birthday events.
Love it.
The other thing is, I think we both wanted to chat about this one.
Yeah.
Is, we don't have to do a full rundown here, but the challenge, season 39, ended. We both watched the finale, the final.
Yep.
And what are your thoughts?
I think it shook out exactly if I had predicted who was going to win first, second. Well, maybe not third. First and second for sure.
Yeah.
It was ups and downs. I mean, I was really thinking my girl Nerys was not gonna get any money. She wasn't looking great at the beginning.
Yeah. I'm glad that she got second.
Yeah.
She definitely deserved it 100%.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of, I follow like all the challenge accounts and all the people because I've been obsessed with the show forever. But, there's a lot of talk online about saying, Emmanuel, however you want to say his name, I'm not sure.
That sounded right to me.
Okay, great. He won. And there's a lot of talk online that he doesn't deserve it because really that none of them deserved it except for Nerys because they never went into elimination all season and all this stuff.
That's a good point, actually.
But I have to say this. Your goal would be to not go into an elimination all season.
The goal is to get to the final and win the final. That's all that matters.
You can't fault people, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You cannot fault people for playing a good enough social game to not have to go into an elimination and make it to the final.
Yeah. I mean, it's really 50-50. It's 50%. How can you, work your way through the social aspect of it? No, I'm not going to say manipulate, but you're manipulating situations here and there. You're manipulating people here and there. But that's the whole point other than the physical stuff.
Yeah.
You have to have both.
So, I disagree with that. If you don't go into elimination, you don't deserve it. If I was on the challenge, I'm trying not to go into elimination.
Yeah. And during the final, there are eliminations.
Yes.
So.
But he still didn't go.
I know,
one of those either.
But he could have. That's not his fault.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can't fault him for that.
No.
I will say that I don't know if you watched this season, probably not, Robin, because it's kind of more recent. They did have a season where they had, was it this gold skull? You had to get a gold skull to be able to go to the final, which means you had to win an elimination. So
sounds familiar, yeah.
You had to go in at some point during the season.
I like that. That's a good format.
So I do too, but if the challenge producers ever hear this, let me give you my thoughts. I agree. I like the skull situation. The only thing is when they did it that one season, the problem was, Robin, they would just send the same people in over and over and over again. So like people had like 4 or 5 skulls. Because no one wants to go into elimination. Like, they were all like, I'm going to go in at the last minute. Like, I'm going to just not go in. So they were like...
You would think that you would be wanting to go in to get it out of the way and get your skull.
Most people wanted to wait till the end.
Yeah.
So my thing is I feel like after 2 or 3, there's a rule, like, you can't go in anymore.
Right.
Because it was just like, oh, we don't want to send anyone else in. We'll just send them. They've already been in. They've already been in.
It should, there should be a limit. And everyone should have the opportunity to go in. Like, they should make it more fair.
And you know who one of those people was that season?
Johnny. Oh, Jay.
Jay, he actually...
stand him.
Yeah, it sucks because before season 39, I actually really loved him from Survivor and from his earlier seasons. This season, he did not do it for me.
I was just going to say...
Love you, Jay, still.
I was just going to say he didn't do it for me.
He didn't do it for me this season. Yeah. I really have loved him up until this point.
Yeah. Wait, okay, so everybody was aware of this, though. Like, Emmanuel was like the biggest threat that in the final. They all knew they did not want to go against him in the final. They were worried about going against him in the final, yet they never put him in for elimination, probably because they knew that whoever he went up against, he would beat.
Yeah.
But that's just...
Y'all let him get to the end, and then he whooped y'all's butts. He was dominating the entire time.
He was.
You know who he reminds me of? Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
The guy with one hand.
Yeah.
He reminds me of him like...
Absolute
they're built,
beast.
They're built the same. Mm-hmm. They're about the same size.
Yeah.
They're both beasts at like very similar things.
Yeah.
So, you know... Way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't...
I love Emmanuel. I just think anytime he's in his confessional and talking about his family and the money and the difference it's going to make for them, I don't think he has a malicious bone in his body. Mm-hmm. I mean, he did some questionable things as far as relationships go, but I don't think that he was one that was like, you know, really working the system too much. He was just everybody's friend.
He was best friends with Jay, who ran majority of the game. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't fault him for that.
Yeah.
So, anyway, congratulations to our winners. Who got third? Colleen?
Colleen.
Yes, I was surprising on that one.
I was very,
She's so cute. I'm sorry to have your thoughts about her, but
German accent or whatever it is.
She is the cutest little thing, in my opinion.
I was very proud of her. Yeah. I did not see that coming.
I cannot wait for season 40. CT has hinted that he's coming on season 40, so come on, baby.
Let's do
I'll be talking about him in a little bit when we talk about Traitors.
Yes, we will.
Anyway, I'm waiting for season 40 because I'm a challenge fanatic, but I thought we should cover that real quick.
Definitely.
Okay.
What else?
I got another thing.
Okay.
Because I told you I had a list.
Uh-huh.
You know how I'm rewatching Grey's Anatomy right now? Oh my God. I just got to, have you heard about...
I've heard about it.
The musical episode?
Yes.
I just got there in season 7. And I forgot how silly it was.
Yeah.
It is like one of the most serious things that happens in the show. Like of all the crazy shit that happens in the show.
Yeah.
It's one of the crazy shits that happens in the show.
Like plot wise.
It's supposed to be like really serious and sad. And then they made it into a musical episode where they made the cast sing. Like everyone had to sing, and these people aren't singers. That's the most hilarious thing. And they sing like these super serious songs. And then they had...
I'm like hiding my face. I'm cringing.
I'm telling you, I was cackling out loud while watching this. But then I was like, oh, I said this when I started. I was like, I'm going to skip the musical episode when I get there. Then I got to it and I was like, no, I got to sit here and laugh for 45 minutes. And I laughed and I laughed. It was so comical. I'm like, and then I was reading like articles and watching interviews of the cast talking about it. And they were all like, we were cringing. We were dying inside. Like we hated.
Whose idea was this?
They hated that the producers, directors, whatever made them do this.
Yeah.
Oh, Robin. It was comical.
They did that on like the reboot of Gilmore Girls.
Okay, I didn't watch it.
It was bad.
I've seen Gilmore Girls a ton,
Nobody
but not
needs
the reboot.
that. We don't need that ever. Ever, never. Unless you're like Glee, don't sing.
Yeah, no. It was like trying to fit a Glee episode into like someone is literally dying on the table.
Was it real, like existing songs, or like did they write music for this?
No, existing songs.
Oh,
like they were doing covers of like How to Save a Life by the Fray.
Maybe the producers were out and the writers were out at karaoke one night and they're like, you know what would be a great idea?
It's got to have like the worst ratings of all the episodes. Yeah. It is hilarious.
That's great.
Hilarious. So I just needed to call that out.
Love
for
it.
anyone that knows how ridiculous it was.
Shout
I
out
rewatched
to
it
Grace.
and it was so funny.
Yeah.
Cackling.
Love it.
Okay, what else?
You had something about TikTok?
Oh, yes. A TikTok thing. I was like, oh, this will be a good discussion.
Yeah.
So this keeps popping up on my TikTok and it's like, let's say someone kidnaps you, they've got a gun to your head, and they're like, we'll let you go if you can sing every single word to this song. What song are you choosing? And the TikTok is always you swipe and it shows the song and it says, tell my family I'll be home in 2 minutes and 23 seconds.
That's funny.
Yes.
I was going to say Bohemian Rhapsody, but that's like a super long song.
God,
so I probably
Robin,
shouldn't choose
like,
that.
what is a song that you know?
I mean, there's so many.
Your life's on the line.
Strawberry Wine.
Oh my God, I had that on my list. That is so funny.
That's my go-to karaoke song.
I mean, I know so
any
many.
Dixie Chicks songs, Shania songs, Spice Girls.
The one that popped up first was a Hercules song from the movie Hercules.
I wouldn't. I'd be dead.
I would. It was I Won't Say I'm in Love. I literally could sing any song on the Hercules soundtrack.
See, I'm like that with a lot of Disney soundtracks. Hercules was never my jam.
Mulan.
Yes, I could do Mulan.
I'll Make a Man Out of You.
There was this sound machine.
Let's get down to business.
So there's a sound machine in the office that I used to work at, and it had this, you know, it would cycle through these songs based on whatever button you pushed. And there was this one song that was I'll Make a Man Out of You.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. But it was. You know what I mean?
That was the title, but it was...
No. You couldn't... You just pushed the button until you got to this. And whatever that tune was, like the chord progression, the style kind of had like those same types of instruments. And so every time I would use that restroom, I would get that song stuck in my head for the rest of the day. And I couldn't figure it out for a while.
That would definitely be on my list because I could sing every word to that and put on a full performance.
Pretty much any Disney animated movie except for Hercules, honestly. And Tarzan.
Yeah.
Those two.
No, I could do Phil Collins. Let's go, baby. I could do any of those.
Did you see that other TikTok trend my little 22-year-old friend showed me the other day? With these girls calling their dads or their boyfriends to tell them they've been offered a job from Exxon to work on as an underwater welder on an oil rig.
I saw Hannah Brown do it to her parents, and
it's
it was
so funny,
hilarious. Her parents were cracking me up. She would like put the phone on mute so she could like
laugh
because of what they were saying.
Yeah. It's such a funny trend.
It is a funny
I couldn't
trend.
get away with that. My parents and my husband would be like, "What? No."
Yeah, no.
It's not real.
Literally, my dad would be like, Kaley, hush.
Yeah, anyone out there who feels like they could get away with that, you should try it and record it and maybe go viral.
And send it to us because I want to see.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So funny. Okay, that was all I had. Couple things.
All right. Should we get into the and then?
Let's do it. My and then.
Yep.
The movie Holes.
Oh, gosh.
Have you seen it?
Cultural phenomenon.
You've seen it?
Of course.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you had seen it or not. I like sent it over for like what we were going to talk about. And I was like, I wonder if she's seen this.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I rewatched it.
Nice.
Because I was scrolling.
It was a book, right?
Yes.
I think I read the book too.
I read the book as well.
Yeah.
I was scrolling and it was on, but it was like in the middle of it. And I was like, nope, I'm going to come back and rewatch that because, oh my God, it's so
I haven't
good.
seen it in decades.
Have not seen it it came out in 2003.
Yeah.
I probably watched it last time. I don't even think high school. I'm thinking like middle, intermediate school is probably the last time I watched it.
Yeah.
It
still holds up.
It slaps, baby. Y'all get a rewatch in there. It was so good. And the iconic parts, you know, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad. I mean, I literally rewinded and watched it multiple times because I just see it all over the internet. It's just so good. Sigourney Weaver, Patricia Arquette. Like, I forget, like, the iconic Kissing Kate Barlow. Oh, my God.
Shia LaBeouf.
Do
you remember that video that went viral? It was, like, those people on stage dancing, and they have, like, giant papier mache Shia LaBeouf heads, and then there's a choir, and it's like, Shia LaBeouf.
We've talked about this on the podcast.
Oh, we have? Okay. I can't hear that name and not think of that. Yes. Him at the end just...
Yes, Shia LaBeouf.
Slow clapping.
Stanley Yelnats, The Family Curse, Digging Holes, dig it on, dig it. The soundtrack, I forgot how good the soundtrack was. They have some great they play just like, probably like 30 seconds to a minute of these songs. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Getting it.
Where did you watch it? Because I want to watch it.
I
can show my kids that, right?
Oh, yeah. There's nothing.
Yeah.
I just watched it. There's nothing bad in it.
Okay.
I think I rented it on Prime. It wasn't. Oh, okay. Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
Disney Plus.
If I can get it, if it loads, great.
I know. I have problems with Disney Plus. I ended up just renting it for $2.
You just have to have patience with Disney Plus.
I just ended up paying $2 to watch it. I was like, worth it.
Yeah.
But it's also on Disney Plus.
Okay.
I needed to say it was a great throwback. Mm-hmm. I forgot how good it was. If y'all are like, I want to watch something nostalgic from back in the day, watch Holes because it's freaking good.
I love that.
Was so good. Okay.
That's
what I need to talk about.
Nice. My and then is Fiona Apple.
Okay.
So the other night I was just wanting something moody to listen to and I put on Fiona Apple. Mm-hmm. Oh,
You were
my
feeling moody?
God, yes. It was my whole identity. Fiona Apple, like, first couple albums.
When was it your whole identity?
In college.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote some notes. It's like, you fondle my trigger, then you blame my gun. Oh, so good. I can quote, those are songs I could sing along to every word of every song.
Okay.
No skip tracks.
Got it.
I wrote, Jesus Christ, this song. That shit me up. There's this one part where it's like, I'm a hot knife. You're something with butter. And I'm a hot knife. I'm a hot knife. I'm a hot knife. And I used to sing, you're a bag of butter. And that's not the lyrics. But I thought it was the lyrics for a while. And so me and Betty.
So maybe not that one.
Not that one. I can't even, you're a pat of butter, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
But man, I listened to all three in a row the other night and sang every word.
I love that.
I went to see her in concert actually at the Backyard. Do you know that venue? I don't know if it's around anymore.
In Austin?
Yeah, it was pretty prominent as like where people would come. Like instead of Moody Theater, they'd play at the Backyard, and then they moved locations. And I'm not sure if they're still open or not, but it was after they'd moved. It was in late January.
Okay.
It's an outdoor venue.
Oh, no.
So Damien Rice opened for her. Do you remember Damien Rice? Oh, my gosh. So good. That movie Closer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
He's up there in the heat drinking red wine on stage.
Wait, in the heat?
Yes.
You just said January.
No, July. I'm sorry.
You said January.
Oh, my God.
I was thinking in the cold.
No, I meant July.
Oh, okay.
Late July in Texas.
Oh, God, no.
So 105.
And he's drinking red wine.
He's drinking red wine on stage.
I mean, look, I appreciate that because I'm a red wine drinker no matter
like,
what the temp is.
It was middle of the day.
But I'm not going to put on a concert while drinking red wine in late July.
Sun beating down on us. Sunny.
Bless
like
it.
2 p.m. So Fiona gets out there. And Quentin Tarantino was backstage with her. You could see him off to the side.
Oh, wow.
And she's wearing this long green like maxi dress. And she just starts sweating.
And you can see it through.
Oh, yeah, but she didn't care. She's like sitting on the edge of the thing at one point, and she just stops mid-song. She's like, fuck, it is hot. And at one point, somebody in the audience had a heat stroke, and she paused in the middle of the song and like made sure she was okay.
Here's my thing. As an agent, a schedule coordinator person, why Texas in late July outside?
Yeah,
we gotta do that. We gotta be better.
Not
than
even
that.
at night.
We gotta be better than that.
Yeah. So I just remember that concert, just thinking I've never seen someone perform so genuinely and raw and vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like as she's singing it, you were transported to the moment that caused her to write those lyrics.
Oh,
like
so still to this
powerful.
day, the best you've seen to do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, people put on good performances
Totally.
and it's emotional, but she just like goes 100% there.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So anyway, shout out Fiona.
Shout out
Love
Fiona. Shout out Fiona and shout out Holes.
There we go. There's the title.
Shout out Fiona and
shout out Holes. Love it.
All right. You want
All
to
right.
move into the now?
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. So we owe y'all something.
Traitors, baby.
Yeah. We got 3 episodes to recap. 8, 9, 10.
8, 9, and 10. And have I got some thoughts?
Yes. My first note on mine for episode 8, I would have said haggis so fast.
My first note is Pete and Parvati make out already.
Yeah.
Like this.
She was turning it up. I was picking up what you were putting down.
I told you that's what she was known for on Survivor.
Yeah.
And she was laying it on Pilot Pete. And he did an amazing job of acting like he was into it.
He really did.
I literally was like, make out already and sell it. Let's go.
I was buying it.
Yeah.
I would pay for that OnlyFans, just saying.
Oh, yeah. I know. I was like, can y'all just make out just for the fun, to let us see?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
they were looking good. Anyway, that was my first note.
Nice.
So in episode 8, they killed off Bergie Berg. We lost Bergalicious. Let's see. What did I write down? CT let Trishelle get the shield.
That was very nice. It was so funny. So the haggis comment is that was their code word. If they didn't want to be covered in bugs and sprayed with urine, they could say...
Do you think you could have held out in there?
No.
Oh, I could have.
I would have said haggis so fast. They cost the...
So you would have been out like instantly probably as soon as it started to get rough.
Yeah.
I would have held out.
Yeah, no. Not
no.
Not maggots and crickets and roaches.
What would have been the thing that pushed you over the edge?
The bugs.
Okay.
Yeah. It was horrible. It cost the pot $1,000. I'm like, I'll pay y'all back.
Yeah,
I'm good for it.
I feel like the only people that held out in there were Peter, Trishelle, CT, Kevin. Was Kevin there? Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah, MJ was out. Sheree was out.
I was
Phaedra
like, Trishelle and CT holding it down for the challengers, baby.
Yeah. Well, so it was so funny whenever he got the shield for her. He like comes out of the tunnel because they had to crawl through these tunnels and it was horrific in the tunnels as well. And he's like, "Oh, there's a snake in my pants," and then it was
I wrote
the shield.
He says, "I think I have a snake in my pants."
There's also
he says he comes out of the tunnel. He's like, "I think I have a snake in my pants." He pulls out the gold for the team. Then it cuts to his confessional. He said, "I mean, I did, but I also had the gold."
Oh yeah,
and he starts cackling, and the CT cackle
to
me is just like the best.
I forgot it. It was a gold thing. It wasn't the shield.
I literally wrote it down because it was so perfect.
Yeah,
in my
I wrote
brain.
it down too. There's a snake in my pants, but there's also gold.
There's also gold, and then he like giggles in his confessional. It's the best noise in the world. I love him so much. Yep. Okay, anyway. And then the other iconic quote from him for that episode was, "I'm looking for traitors, not love." And I was like, "Yes, CT, tell them, tell them." And then they voted out at the round table. We knew it was coming. Parv. They got Parv. And then Phaedra had to recruit someone.
Yeah. Wait, I had a quote from John.
Oh, go ahead.
I love John's hair, by the way, and how it's always like a little messy.
John is a character, to say the least.
But he said, Parvati could be a duchess of deception and a mistress of murder.
He's always got some kind of clever thing to say.
Is he like writing these at night, or does he just come up with them off the cuff?
He's always got something. He's always got something up his sleeve. But yeah, so they got Parv. We knew it was coming. She tried everything she could.
She did. She did her damnedest.
Yeah, she did the best she could, but they got her. So Phaedra had to recruit someone. And I was very upset she didn't recruit her lover, CT. She recruited Kate.
Yeah.
Which I'm like,
not my first choice.
Nope. And I'm not like the biggest fan of Kate. Yeah. But whatever.
That's fine.
So that's how episode 8 ended.
Yep.
So then we jumped to episode 9. And who do they kill? Kevin. It was time.
Yeah.
I think he was annoying everyone. He wasn't really bringing anything to the table for us as viewers or for the castle.
I watch a lot of reality TV shows. I would say he is up there with one of the most out of touch, like unaware, non-self-aware humans I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, not a fan. So I was like, great, Kev's gone.
Bye.
That's great.
Yep.
So I didn't have like a ton of notes for this episode.
I don't either.
But I did have the iconic Phaedra quote at the round table. "I don't have to kiss your this ain't The Bachelor. I don't have to kiss your ass for a rose." I was like, oh shit. Okay, Phaedra.
Yeah.
To Pilot Pete. And so they left us on the cliffhanger at the end of episode 9 with tied between Pilot Pete and Phaedra for getting banished.
Yeah.
And it was MJ's vote. And they cut the episode right when she goes to turn over her little chalkboard. And you're like, oh my God. And at this point, they were trying to flip people on their side to get Phaedra.
Yeah.
They were trying with CT and Sandra, and they did get CT.
Yeah.
Like you could see just like the pain of him having to vote for his girl.
And you can tell that she wasn't upset about it. She's like, yeah, that's true.
So they got CT, but they didn't get enough because then we come back in episode 10 and they show MJ's chalkboard. And which I knew none of the freaking... Dude,
no, of course not.
I'm sorry. I know you like Bravo.
No, none of these are my Bravo
That's
girlies.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
I'm over the housewives and like, she's a traitor. Flip and turn on her. Like, this is a game. Like,
this is a game.
She's not going to hate you.
Yeah.
So MJ votes for Pilot Pete. Pilot Pete is a goner. He's a faithful. And the numbers are dwindling. And so CT, then it, goes to breakfast. They have to kill someone. We don't know. They're all coming to breakfast. It's just, a couple women, and CT sits down, and then Phaedra comes in. He's like, "How's my favorite housewife?" I'm like, "CT, I love you."
They're so cute.
I know.
CT's impression whenever he realizes who it is and he does the impression
of John.
So good.
Oh my God. So they end up killing John.
Yeah.
Which, why would, just listen to me here. Why wouldn't Phaedra and Kate kill a housewife to throw everyone off the scent of it being housewives?
I thought the exact same thing. I thought that was very dumb. They should have killed they could kill MJ. She's not a housewife. She's Bravo.
That's what I mean.
But
I meant Bravo.
Yeah, they could kill her. They could have killed Sandra, honestly.
Sandra or, just not the other side.
Yeah.
Why would you not?
It was dumb.
That was dumb. So they kill John because they're mad because John's been calling Phaedra a traitor, which is the truth. So John's gone.
And then CT was the only guy left. And he goes, I feel like I'm on a dating show. And he's like, ladies, after today's mission, one of you girls get a date with me. And then in his Boston accent, he goes, play your cards, right?
I love him so
I love him so much. It's so good.
I will say this. I love this show, but I don't think I would love it as much if CT was not here.
Yeah.
Like, he has just made this whole show better. And I feel like even non-challenge fans out there feel the same way.
Oh, yeah. They're obsessed.
Like, everyone's obsessed with him. Everyone in the castle. I feel like everyone
mom and dad
watching.
Online.
Yes. I just love him.
So cute.
I was dying at the mission in episode 10.
Oh, my God.
These women.
It was so funny.
I'm like, ladies, can we like show some strength out here?
Yeah.
Like one of you and Trishelle did. Because,
well, she's the only one that's tall. They're all so tiny.
Yeah, but they all.
Yeah,
none of them are athletic.
Alan Cumming laughing at them was priceless.
It's like when TJ laughs at the people on the challenge.
And
like,
he's always in such a character, like $1 million.
Yeah.
Like, and then not a million.
He's like, I can't hold it together. I gotta laugh at them.
He's just laughing at how absurd they were.
So Trishelle and CT were like the only ones that could really get anything done. Everyone calling CT Castle Daddy was cracking me up.
I liked how she said, Kate was like, I surf for a living, and she's on a boat for a living.
Yeah.
And then she looked like she was gonna do well, and then she fell, and she goes, I'm below deck right now.
I'm below deck. That's
below deck.
I'm below deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So funny.
So then.
But I was surprised they got almost the full amount. Didn't make it look like it. With all the failures they were showing.
Well, they showed like all the failures up front. And it was like fail.
Yeah. That looked painful.
Yeah, no. So they got some money. They got it done. And then they're trying to figure out, like, Phaedra's like, how do I get the heat off me? They're all talking to each other. Trishelle's trying to get in with the housewives, and they're trying to turn Sandra.
Oh, yeah. So Trishelle's like, I'm going to go over there and talk to them. And CT was talking to her and goes, wait, I want to watch this. And he chases after her and hides behind the column as she, like, infiltrates the conversation and then just starts giggling.
He's like, you just hear his giggle in the back. I'm like, funny. CT,
he knows what he's doing.
Yes. Yeah. He puts it on for the TV of it all, and I appreciate it. But it comes off as genuine.
Totally.
Like, he comes off as genuine.
Totally.
That's why everyone loves him and why people call him Castle Daddy.
Castle Daddy.
And then so we go to the round table for banishment, and this line, my heart when he said, I think I wrote it down exactly. When it's CT's vote, and he said, I think you're the opposite of what you are in real life. And votes for Phaedra because he's like, you're faithful in real life.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is so
sweet.
So sweet.
Yeah.
And so they got Phaedra, which again, at the beginning of this show, I thought Phaedra was
she didn't do well. Like starting from episode 9, I would say she really started to crumble.
She started to crumble, and they weren't like, her and Kate now, like, thinking about strategically who they need to be killing. Like, they're just like, numbers, we're getting rid of Peter's people. But they're on your scent. You need to try something to throw them off. And they didn't, in my opinion.
I agree. Even Sheree was like, I don't want to believe it. That made me so sad that she just bold-faced lied to Sheree. And then, I thought it was sweet, though, when they banished her. Like, everyone kind of handled it really well. Yes. And she handled herself really well.
Yes.
I did think she was going to say, I said it out loud. I was like, she should say, I'm a fucking traitor. But she did say, I'm a faithful traitor. Yeah. So that was good.
Yeah.
I think Kate shot herself in the foot with that selfish remark.
Yeah.
Because why would she call her that?
Yeah.
Like, what if you are faithful, how is calling a traitor selfish, logical? Like, there's no, I couldn't connect those dots.
She shouldn't have made that comment.
No, I feel like that
I think
really
put
outed
a little
her.
Spotlight on her.
Yep.
Which is what you don't want as a traitor.
Yep.
So.
Like, okay, so are you saying she was selfish for killing John? Like, are you saying she was selfish from the other moves that she made as your fellow traitor?
No matter what you think about it, it puts a spotlight on you. And that's not what you
And I don't know who else they would put the spotlight on other than Sandra.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what's going to happen because I'm assuming Kate's going to have to recruit. I'm like, who's she going to recruit?
God, I hope it's
CT, baby.
I hope it's CT.
People aren't going to think he's a traitor.
Yeah.
I think he could
I think he could.
Oh my God, I love him.
I think he could get recruited. They can kill Kate, or they can banish Kate, and CT could win it all.
I think so too.
I'm trying to remember if I've ever...
You want my ideal situation?
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm trying to remember if I've ever watched a season of the show, like US or otherwise, because I've watched other countries, where the faithfuls get the traitors before like the final ceremony. I have watched shows where the traitors won. I've watched shows where they all vote, and then one person chooses to vote again. And then that's when they get the traitor out. So like they don't get them out the first fire. Win. Yeah. They don't get them out the first fire. Yeah. They get them out the second fire. Like they revote.
Right.
Somebody tosses it in and they think that they're set. And there's 4 of them. It might be UK. It might be Canada. I don't know. And then they do a second round of voting because one person's like,
right.
I know it. I think. And they're so close at that point. They all 4 think they're going to win and split the money. 3 out of 4 do. Right. And then they vote that person out. And sure enough, they were the traitor that was remaining. And they were so nice about it. And then the 3 of them get to split it. So I've seen it end all different ways. But what can't happen for the shows, like just how it is structured, they can't like get Kate out and then they all go to the final round. There's too many of them left.
Yeah, I think she's going to have to recruit. And I'm like, there's no other option. I guess she could go.
She could go Sandra. She could go
CT. Come on, baby.
She could honestly go in any direction.
But CT is the best move in my opinion.
I agree.
I'm also biased. Okay.
So by the time we're caught up.
Yeah, we're caught up.
Yeah. Yay, that's cool.
Yay. Okay, so should we move on to Love is Blind?
Yes. I'm realizing now I did not watch Love is Blind, so I'm not caught up. So we're not going to talk about it.
So we won't be talking about it. We'll talk about 10 and 11 and the next one that comes out on the next episode.
Sorry.
It's okay.
So for those of you who are behind, you have time to catch up.
Catch up. And if you did watch it, wow is all I have to say. But we'll leave it at that for Robin.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm excited. Now I have something to do tonight.
Wow. I mean, I wish they would have given us more, but still wow with what came out.
I had a lot going on this week, so it completely... did
Robin,
not even cross my mind.
we've got a lot to be watching and keeping up with, so all good.
Okay.
We'll talk about it on the next one.
Okay.
All right. So, Rex?
All right. What you got?
Okay. My rec is a movie I've been talking about wanting to see. I think I've talked about it on the pod a couple times. I finally watched it. The Iron Claw with Zac Efron and Jeremy Allen White, a.k.a. he's just Lip in my mind.
Yeah. How was it?
It was so good. Like, I'm telling you, Robin, if I had to put like a rating on it, like high 8s.
Really?
Like, I mean, really. And that's saying something, like, because it's that good.
I heard it's really sad.
It is. It is. Rip your heart out sad. It's based on a true story. It's the real Von Erich family and their story and the different brothers. And, it is... what's even crazier is this movie have some tragic parts. Yeah. And they even had to take out some of the real life tragedy because they were like, if we really put everything in there.
Like it's unwatchable?
Yeah. Like it's unwatchable or people aren't going to like believe it.
Oh, God.
It's crazy. Another family curse. We were talking about holes earlier. Like Von Erich, they have they talk about it, a family curse. And again, this is all based on a real family. Yeah. A wrestling family in Texas back in the 70s, 80s.
I don't know the story.
Yeah.
All I heard was that everything you're saying.
But it also really has really light parts. Like I would say the first half of the movie, you're laughing, you're in it, you're loving it. And then the tragedy starts. Yeah. The tragedies, let me say, start. There was one part, no spoilers. There's one part at the end where I lost it. Sad parts, and I would kind of tear up a little bit. There's one line that is said where I was like, ugly crying on my couch.
I'm like a known fast forwarder if things are scary or sad or awkward or whatever.
You can't fast forward this movie. Okay. It's no. You need it all.
So is it a must watch?
It's a must watch, and I think every type of person would love it. Women, men, it's just a really, really good movie. Phenomenal acting by Zac Efron. The only thing I'll say is, God, his wig was awful. No, but that was the styles. But it's not even the wig was awful. I guess the style's just bad in the 70s, 80s. Oh, okay. His hairstyle's wrong.
But it didn't take you out of it?
No.
Okay. I hate when it does that. When you can just tell it's just on there wrong.
No, the wig wasn't bad. Okay. The hairstyle is so bad.
Okay.
It's more what I meant.
Okay. What's it on? Do you know?
Yeah, Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. Okay.
Lip, Jeremy Allen White.
Right.
They didn't have to put like a wig on him because he just grew his hair out.
Yeah.
And like he's got 70s, 80s hair.
I mean, he's got 70s, 80s vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He, again, I love him. He did a phenomenal job as
Yeah.
well. Like the two of them to me really like stuck out. But the other characters, the dad is, for people that have watched Mindhunter, he's the older cop in Mindhunter.
That sounds really familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's the dad.
I feel like I've seen that.
What's her name? Lily Allen, the girl that played the live action Cinderella.
Mm-hmm.
She's in it.
Love it.
It's a really,
I
really
like her.
well done movie. Really great movie. Great watch. It will rip your heart out, but it's a really good movie. So that's my rec.
Okay. I've heard that also about One Day.
Oh my God. If I see another thing on TikTok or Twitter about One Day ripping your heart out.
Yeah.
I'm like people are saying they can't recover from that show.
Yeah, they can't like shake it.
So I'm like, do I really want to watch that?
Yeah.
The Iron Claw was sad. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But you can, it's a movie, but you're fine. I'm like, I don't need something that's bringing me down all the time.
They talked about it on the Chicks, and Fran had watched it, and she was saying like it stuck with like she was like, I might burst into tears right now.
Right.
And Rhea's like, okay, well then I'm never gonna watch it. So tell me about it. So they did spoiler alert, and so I listened to that.
Yeah, me too.
So I didn't have to watch it.
I probably won't watch that.
Yeah, I won't either.
But I definitely recommend the Iron Claw. It's really good.
Okay, cool. Mine is a documentary on Netflix. It's called Can I Tell You a Secret?
I love documentary. Well,
Yeah.
I love crime documentaries.
Yeah,
Is it a crime documentary?
It's a crime documentary. It's about
Ooh.
probably the most prolific stalker in American history.
Oh.
So I like documentaries too. I like some crime. The subject matter has to be just right for me to be able to consume it.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing with kids, nothing with a certain type of violence.
Yep.
So this is a man who he was stalking, I think, well over 100 women at one point in time.
Wow.
They didn't know kind of during this time in his childhood.
When is this in the world?
Fairly recently.
Oh.
Yeah. And I forget what part of the country, but it could have been anywhere America, you know. And at that time of his childhood and his school days, they didn't know a whole lot about the autism spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something that they spoke to around how he had a hard time fitting in, and he was
Mm-hmm.
bullied, and how that kind of showed up for him with his obsessions.
Mm-hmm.
But it really focuses on 3 of the women, and they're vastly different.
Are the women on there talking about it?
Yes.
Wow.
They're vastly different. The level of connection that they had to him varied greatly. It really seemed like he just cherry picked random people, and he would just go all in, ruining their lives.
Oh my God.
I mean, there was one chick where he was making profiles as them, and reaching out to friends, family, photographers, stealing photos of them in the nude, that posing as that person, saying, I need the link. And then he had pictures of them posing as these women, and reaching out to their best friend's dad, and having flirty conversations with them, and starting an online relationship. Imagine when this comes out, they're going to have a lot of explaining to do.
Oh my gosh.
But it took a while for the police to get some traction, for them to actually get the police to understand the severity of the problem and not victim blame.
You're right.
Which is a pretty common thing that we see in these types of documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
But it finally, got some traction, and, spoiler alert, they got the guy.
Yeah.
But man, the lengths that he went to ruin these women's lives for years, and to this day, I mean, they have PTSD crazy.
I'm sure.
But for the years that he was active,
yeah,
I mean, their whole lives just went.
So how many episodes?
I think it's just 2 parts.
Okay, 2 parts.
Yeah. So it's called Can I Tell You a Secret on Netflix, and I just think they did a good job. That the person who created it or directed it has some notoriety. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but they did some interesting effects to it that you don't normally get, where you're hearing his voice, the stalker's voice, but posing as them, and these weird voiceovers.
Okay.
Because a lot of it was over texting or
right, so
they
Have
messaging,
to put the screenshots up, but
and
they're
so
playing
they would put
voice.
that voice. Yeah,
Got
so
it.
it was creepy. It was definitely sucked me in. I watched it just front to back. So that's my rec.
Okay. I was going to say I like it.
I was going to say both of ours are kind of dark.
I was like, that doesn't seem like the right thing to say here, but okay, great.
Well, let's end this on a high note. Happy birthday, Kaley.
Not yet.
Almost.
Not 30, Robin.
Almost. Y'all send Kaley your well wishes.
Yeah, please. I need them because it's this cloud hanging over me, and everyone's like, "No, your 30s are the
Silver
best."
lining, baby. Silver lining.
Everyone's telling me so. I need to get over that. But next when this comes out, it's my birthday week. Next episode, I'll be 30, and we'll give you all the rundown.
Yep. So now's your chance to tell her happy birthday.
Please. Thank you.
Well, thanks for watching, and follow us on all the things.
Spotify podcast, Apple Podcast, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
Yep. Be sure to engage. It really helps us out, and we appreciate y'all.
Talk to y'all next week.
Bye.